Hello, World of Tank Blitzers. It's Littlefinger. Happy Friday, November 19th. Time for a store review. On top of that, we have Black Friday event already started. So we've got a lot to unpack in this video. Blitz Cup is almost finished. We've got the NA stream today, this evening, and then the EU stream next Thursday and Friday. And as you can see by watching those 5 streams, I am just 5 wins away from getting my certificate there for one of those tanks for free. So hopefully you followed along the channel and you've been able to progress as I have there, and you're going to get yourself a great tier 8 tank for free. So let's talk about the Black Friday store. It's very similar. We've seen this before. With your purchases in the store on certain items, you're going to get coupons, and those coupons are going to allow you to come to this page and exchange them from anything from free XP, credits, premium time, discounts, boosters, all that stuff. But obviously, the big draw, so to speak, is going to be the 3 tanks that you can get. And I use that term loosely because you're going to have to spend a lot of money in the store in order to get these. Okay, so I went through, and right now, sitting in the store, there's 1,515 coupons if you bought everything that had a coupon associated with it. And I know most of you have probably some of those premiums. You don't need to rebuy them. The one thing that gave me a little bit of solace here is check the store every day. Bundles are updated regularly. So these bundles, I guess, are going to change over, and that's going to give you the opportunity to get more coupons. But the positive here is that the second tank is the Skoda T27 with this really fast reloader. And then the tank that has never been for sale before, the M48A2 Raumpanzer, which looks like a really fun, medium, fast tank, dozer on the front. Really good tanks here. But look at this. 500 just for the Shark, 1,000 just for the Skoda, and 1,500 for the Raumpanzer. And the reason I say that is it says here, these vehicles are purchased one by one. So to me, I was thinking, is this 500, 500, 500 for a total of 1,500? But I think, guys, this is 500, 1,000, 1,500. So 3,000 coupons total. If you bought everything in the store right now, well, you'll see here in a second, it's only 1,500. This doesn't make sense. So I don't think that getting the Raumpanzer out of this is even remotely possible, especially not for somebody like me who has most of these tanks. So let's jump on into the store. We'll look here. Black Friday tab at the top. Some good deals here. So let's go through them. All right. The Jade M41D. Super fast, light tank. Extremely fast reload on this tank for $10. This is a good deal. This is a tier 7. You are getting one of the first animated avatars, which is kind of neat. 25 5x boosters. And then everyone wants to know here, 50 of the coupons. So that's not a lot if you're looking to get, say, the Shark there, 50 out of the 500. But guys, this is a fun tank. If you like light tanks, I think you're going to enjoy this one. It's still one that is on my list to get an ace out of. I think it's going to be pretty difficult. But light tank through and through, no armor, great mobility. So gold generator is next. And look at this, guys. This is quite a deal. First, 30 days of premium. 3,000 gold, 1,000 boosters. So the way I equate this is that you're play tier 10, you're a 50% win rate player. So that means you're going to get 1,500 gold out of it, right? 3,000 plus that. That equates to 900 gold per dollar, which we know that's a great deal, guys. So on top of the 30 days and the 25 coupons there. Not quite as good a deal. It's only $500, 500 gold per dollar. Gonna get some more boosters. We now know with the new currency, the ones with credits are going to be pretty useful. And just 5 coupons there. So, I mean, this is starting to add up, and you can see here we're not even 100 credits in. You're not even a fifth, 20% of the way to the first tank. Um, this black box here, I think I'm going to purchase this, do a separate video on it, just so we can get a feel for how much gold comes out of this. They try to tempt you here saying that you can get 250,000 gold. But the way it works is you get a level 1 black box, and then it can contain, let's see if I can find it here. There it is. So you've got a 20% chance of getting a black box number 2, or 5% chance of getting a black box number 3. So then you then open it, and again, those chances stay pretty much the same, 20 and 5. And what's going to happen is the amount of gold that you get out of black box 2 is going to be higher. Black box 3 is going to be even higher, and so forth. So the higher you can get your black boxes. So this looks like it's going to be opening a lot of boxes. And I'm interested to see just how much gold gets pulled out of this, because I really can't put a number on it for $24. That is just straight up gambling. But 120 coupons. And again, you're going to get a little bit less of a good deal here as you move on down. But like I said, you have to buy everything in the store right now to get 1,500. And that's going to get you only the first tank. If I'm reading that right. 121B here. This is a really fun little tier 10 medium tank. I like it quite a lot. I don't think it gets quite the credit that it deserves. 210 coupons there. Recently for sale, I believe, for 15,000 gold. So this is also not a bad little deal. That did come with the really cool gold camo on it. But if you like mediums at tier 10, it's a pretty solid little tank. The Scorpion, yes, really fun tank here. It's definitely got that camper play style. Big gun, does have decent mobility, but again, no armor HE'd at you all the time. And I don't think that's too bad of a price on the tank. Obviously at tier 8, we're looking for about 7,500 gold. This doesn't even come with the premium camo, so price is a little bit high. You're paying for those coupons, I think. The KPF PZ70, big. I think it's got like 152 millimeter gun on it, so you've got a super long reload. The armor is not great for tier 9, especially when you're facing those tier 10s. And you're certainly penalized heavily with the gun accuracy when you do miss shots in this tank, because you have such a long reload, high damage. I would much rather have a K91 with me any day of the week. But to get a tier 9 for 8,500 with the extras there, I don't think that's too bad of a deal. My favorite here, probably in this lot, a tier 8 that you're really going to enjoy. The right price point is the Chimera. It's got a fairly big gun for a medium tank, which allows you to kind of play in a support position. You don't have to be exposed as much, and yet it does have some really nice sloped armor, which does get some bounces from time to time. And here you go, average damage 440 on that tank. So that's a good one. The STG is a difficult tank to play. It's very low profile, rear mounted, does not have anything for gun depression. And yeah, let's see if you buy these. I'm just checking there. You can get gold out of them. So the thing with this tank is its mobility. It's got really good mobility, but if you it's 5 degrees of gun depression there, 50 kilometers per hour is your top speed. It's just a difficult tank to play, and the gun is not very accurate. So it's unique. I mean, you can price well at 6,000 gold, but I think that's based on the fact that people probably bought this and don't even play it that much, because it's just not that great of a tank. And again, same here with the T2020. Only 90 coupons here. I've enjoyed playing this tank, but I don't bring it out too often. It's certainly a lot better than when it first came out. But again, there's so many tanks like this at tier 8. Pike nose. But again, not a bad price, 5,500. But I don't think it's a tank you're gonna love. The AMX M4. Good frontal armor. If you can keep this thing facing your opponents for 5,000 gold for a tier 8, not a bad price, I don't think. I think this is a tank that just about anyone can probably pick up and play fairly decently as long as you understand your armor profile and are not showing your sides on this tank. It's a nice little heavy tank. Another one that I would highly recommend picking up is the M4A1. 5,000 gold for a tier 8 medium tank. And again, a little bit in the vein here of the Chimera. If we get down here, so 350 average damage on this gun. And I like that because, again, you don't have to be exposed. It's not one of these British tanks where you're doing 160 damage and you're shooting every 3 seconds or something. And you have to be on target and be able to withstand a lot of shots coming at you. Good mobility, fun little tank to play indeed. The E75 TS, it was a tank that was given away for free. So if you didn't get it, a tier 8 heavy tank for 4,500 in the world of Blitz right now. It seems like there's nothing but heavies out there. You'll fit right in. Not a bad tank. The gun is not the best as far as German tanks go, but you've got some nice frontal armor. Just keep that lower plate hidden. And don't over angle this thing and you'll be golden here. Moving on, Type 62. This tank has been around for forever. I guess that's why the price here is at 3,000 gold. Kind of like, I would put this one better than the M41 that we saw at the beginning for 10 bucks. Just because this one does have a little bit more armor, a little less mobility. But don't have to be on target and shoot as often with this tank. You're doing 200 as your average damage in this tank. So a lot of tanks here. We've got the Eagle 7. This tank's just okay in my opinion. Again, tier 7, 2,500 gold. It's gonna obviously get you the nice premium. Everything American about this tank. The armor's not super great. The gun's not super great. The mobility's not super great. Just does everything, average. 225, there's your average damage. 168 on your pen. Let's see what else. We got 2 more to go. Tiger 131. Well, it's kind of an iconic tank, isn't it? Really, for 1,500 gold, it's a great deal. Granted, it is tier 6, so it depends on how much you play down at that lower tier, but I'm sure by now you know the playstyle of the Tiger with this frontal armor. Just angle this, keep that gun off of that one of those front corners, and try to hide that lower plate, and the tank just bounces a lot of shots. And the Loza Sherman is maybe one of the worst of the tanks out here, I think. There's the other M4 tanks in this style I think are better, but it is kind of neat to see a Soviet M4 tank here. So even if you bought every single one of these, you would only end up with 1,500 coupons. So I do hope that these tanks and these bundles kind of regenerate, they get changed out or whatnot, but I don't see a way right now that you can get that Raumpanzer if that's your goal, like it is for me, because I don't have either of those 2 tanks. So I've been through just about everything else here on the store. The A32 here, 1450 in gold. Nice little way to pick up some gold. 30 gold boosters, 14 days of premium, and a garage slot. So You know, kind of the deal with these low tier tanks. I think really the best thing to do is purchase them, play them, sell them, and keep your garage slot and get the rest of the things out of it, you know, as you can. It makes for a good transition of buying gold at low dollar cost. I'm not going to talk about mystery boxes because we went through those. Samoa, we've only got 3 days left here. Good frontal armor, auto loading French tank. Um, Dangerous duo. I like the sheriff, but not nearly as much as the shark. And the pilot, I mentioned this before. Just for some reason, the tank, I just like it. Not again, the American tank, nothing great about it, but it does the job on the battlefield. And we've got a battle hardened here with some British tanks in it. We've got Chieftain at tier 8. It's okay. It's nothing great. You do have the big old commander's hatch on the top there, the cupola. Nice rounded turret. But the thing that I don't like about these American tank or these British tanks, 225 average damage for a heavy at tier 8 is not a lot. So you have to be on target. We move down a tier to the FV, and again, you're now at 160, 3-second reload time. So you have to be on target a lot. Now, the best tank, in my opinion, out of this bundle here is the Cromwell B. Super great mobility, super fast again on that reload time, 64 kilometers per hour as your top speed, reload at 4.8, 160 average damage. So I think that's the tank that you come away with playing more often than the other two. So for 9,000 gold, it is a little bit high, but hey, you get all the premium tanks, the garage slots, everything there. So not too bad of a deal. We talked about all of these resources kits. I would definitely stay away from these now that we've got the Black Friday deals out there. Pick up your gold that way. And one other thing of note here is if we let this, there's 3 offers here behind each one of them. If we jump on this one here, anytime that I can buy something in the store for just credits, I'm going to do, because I just have too many credits. There's nothing I can even do. So, you know, not that I probably even need garage slots either, but you can see here there's going to be 3 of those there if you want to buy some garage slots with credits, which obviously credits you can grind, whereas gold, it is not as easy. So that's going to wrap up all of the new tanks here in store. Do need to point out here, and I did overlook this the first time through the store. If you want to load up here on gold and get yourself a lot of coupons, this is the way to do it. The gold still at 2x, hopefully for you guys, is still a good deal. I mean, obviously this is 750 gold per dollar. Doesn't quite match up to the 900 that we talked about earlier. But again, you know, if you gotta have to spend this plus some other things to get the Skoda, I mean, you're paying $100 for a tier 8 tank. It seems a little bit outlandish to me. And we know from experience, guys, that these tanks are gonna come back in store frequently. We just have to have that patience. So we talked about where you're going to come and pick out your free tank once you've watched those. The order here for 50 victories in the Progetto, if you have the Progetto, will get you this pretty cool camo here. And it changes the name of the Progetto and adds in Reborn at the end of it. Yep. So anyway, we've got some tanks here for seasonal coins. And yeah, make sure you're coming in here and opening your crates. So good, we get some coin boosters there, which we need now with the new change in credit coefficients of these tanks. And you can see here, I come in here and purchase these every day, all 3 of them, just because I'm sitting at 260 million credits there. So that's it for the store, guys. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to spend a lot of money if you want to get that Raumpanzer, however you say it. But anyway, I love seeing the events. I'll probably do a video on that gold black box just so that we have an idea of what comes out of it. And for now, remember to get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger